Access to energy will solve many problems. Namely, our young people will no longer have to go away to Saint-Louis or to work in the mines. When you look around the villages, you see only men in their 60s and 70s. Practically all of the young people have left. Now, with access to electricity, our young people will be able to remain here and carry out income-generating activities, or else try to make a success of their trades. Through identifying all the existing potentials in the villages, we try to develop these potentials by giving the populations access to mechanical and electrical energy. The villagers have a well-ordered way of life. They need little to enable them to blossom in their own environment. If they had the minimum needed, 90% of the problem would be solved. So the issue is professional qualifications, finding openings for them, creating income for them. Because it's not easy going to live in the city. Rent is too high. Food is expensive. Those who move to the city do so reluctantly. They suffer in the city.
These are peppers. We have been working since November. And now we will harvest them to sell at Zichenchur market. The money we earn is very useful to us for our own needs and for our children to pay for the school materials. When we are ill, we use the money to take care of ourselves. We buy rice, we pay our contributions for the solar pumps. Water it, water it. Then we pull out the weeds. We make our way to Zichenchur however we can. We take our carts as far as the main road, then we go by car. Now is the time to harvest and sell. Selling varies. When there is a lot, you sell until the evening. When there isn't, you stop. You sell everything, and then you go back home.
The people want a way out of their poverty. They want, if you will pardon the expression, to be rich so they can be more charitable. The people expect a lot from us. Us, who have traveled. Us, who are well-read. Who are open to the world. It's up to us to bring them what the world is offering elsewhere. We have lights, a fridge that works, and we have water too. We have everything, medicine. We can even work at night. If someone's injured, when there's an emergency, he can turn the lights on. Solar power is essential here, because we always need it. When I have patients at night, the solar lighting helps me a great deal. Before, when there was no light, I had serious problems. I only ask for the output to be increased so that I can plug in all my equipment. That's what I really need. We started work because the initial income that came with the platform was enough to construct the building. The mothers let their daughters go a lot to class. Before the platform, we only had 97 pupils in the village and 2 classrooms. Now we have 6 classrooms and 256 pupils. It's because of the platform that the women have let their daughters go to school. Since we started, it's very good. We earn money, and the small problems are solved without any trouble. It's thanks to this.
With the arrival of the mill, we started doing our own fruit and vegetable processing. We also started making soap and giving training in soap making. We have trained 15 women in how to make soap.
So overall, what we're trying to do with the women's groups is to give them more help to diversify their activities, because the diversification of activities is a necessary step towards improving incomes. This happens at a pretty rapid pace everywhere, depending on the age of the platforms and the extent to which they're used. What we're also aiming for is making the platform economically viable, to be sure that it lasts. That's why we're trying to be sure that the electricity is well used and that there is an optimal use of the equipments. You go to examine.sn. That's it. Scroll up a bit more. There, now click. In 1993, when I arrived here, it was really difficult. There was no electricity at all. But now, with solar power, which has enabled us to be here today, to use the computers, so that the children will be able to surf the internet, well, this opens up the world for them. And then, you're in Word. As you enter the final years of primary school, you'll notice that there are fewer girls and that their results are poorer. This is because they have a lot of responsibilities at home. The arrival of electricity is of major importance. We need to give girls the same chances as boys if we're really serious about development.
Nous avons vu en fait que donc les jeunes avaient besoin de trouver un emploi.
We realized that young people needed to find jobs. Due to external or internal factors, companies were not able to solve the issue of salaried employment. We needed, in the context of entrepreneurism, to find young people with willpower with whom we might be able to solve the issue of training and employment. When you're a welder, you need a welding station, plus your materials. That means money. If you leave the school without any money, it's really hard. Without your trade, you're nothing. With your trade, you're someone. Based on our initial experience, I can say that it's a really extraordinary success, because we used to have a crop that could not fulfill demand. Demand used to be more than we produced. The people around here are very fond of carp, and you have no trouble selling. We forecast 1 month to sell and sold within 2 weeks. La Belle Danielle campsite. Some people who come here recharge their mobile phones by plugging them into my solar panel. Well, they're very happy to see that I use a solar panel. I have light and a fan, and I'd like to set up a video room too. It will all be powered by my solar panel.
To succeed in this kind of venture, you can't be lazy. You need to like hygiene. When you approach people and they find your products good, they buy. You can do aggressive marketing, approaching people and presenting your products. to them. We are like a family, where each person has a role to play, and at the same time, it serves as a training for them, because tomorrow, when they leave, they will have to embrace this career just as I am doing. If people can do processing, not just of food products, there are a lot of things they could do. If they find work and a way to earn a living, then they will stay in their villages. I just want to see my products and see if they're selling. Yes, they're selling. In processing, to obtain a quality product and one that is economically viable, it's necessary to choose a variety that best meets the flavor and qualities of the original product.
The project we have set up will not be restricted only to the production of ice. We would like to use the power source that produces the ice to provide families with lighting in their homes using battery kits. This is the fresh produce store. We are a company that produces condiments in powder form. The auditors send their staff to review our income and expenditure. I take their advice so that I am able to properly manage the investment of everything you have just seen. There are qualified jobs, such as the senior technicians. Then there are the less qualified jobs, like those who work on the production lines. And then there are maintenance jobs. This is work that requires a large labor force. Life in the countryside is good. We breathe pure, unpolluted air. It would be a dream for our young people if one day we had the internet in Ilongya. I would like all the villages in Africa to have this system in their villages.